All right, welcome back to the Run.down post-game show here on the Strickland YouTube channel. If you're listening to this the day after the Strickland podcast network, I am Sam. I'm joined by Schwinn and Tyrese. Knicks win 116 to 100 versus the Chicago Bulls on a very late start on a Wednesday afternoon in MSG. Weirdly
Thanks,
enough.
writer strike.
I don't even know if that's the. Oh, is it because ABC had like premieres and stuff?
Yep, all the premieres got moved to February.
Anyways. Well, yeah, that sucks. I thought it had to do with ESPN being stupid. But nope, it's the writer's strike. But yeah, Knicks win 116 to 100 versus Chicago Bulls in the second game of the OG Anunoby era. We will get into all the good stuff. But before we get into that, all the major sports are in action this week with the college football playoffs ready to kick off. BetOnline is your number one destination for all your sports wagering info, including news for pro football, the NBA, upcoming fights, and NHL games this season. Head to the website today to get into the action and see all the updated odds for the week. Remember to use promo code BLEAV, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. We're looking at this. I'm looking at this box score right now, and it's pretty incredible. The impact of one OG Anunoby, a plus 30.
I can't believe that Tyrese never doubted him.
The gaslighting that's happening, not only here but in the strict court, where people are like, "Oh my god, I cannot believe you thought RJ Barrett was good." Like, fuck you all. I've been here for 4 years.
I mean, Sam was right all along. It was always Sam.
Okay, we do even look similar, dog.
Wow,
that's crazy.
But I think this starting lineup has been fully optimized. We will talk about the patheticness of the bench later in this stream, or at least very soon.
Deuce tried to get the ball past half court challenge.
Deuce would take 2 confident dribbles without passing it.
Yo, I seriously, have you guys ever seen Moneyball? You guys seen that movie?
Yes.
You know, at the start of the movie, like, so Billy Bean's like at the fucking table talking to all his old ass scouts or whatever.
Yeah.
They're talking about how they're gonna replace Giambi and all these guys. And one guy, I forgot who they're talking about. They bring up one guy and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's got a hot girlfriend." And I'm like, that's what I want to say about Deuce. I'm like, you're fucking, you got a $13 million contract, got a hot girlfriend. You got to fucking play with some confidence here, buddy? Like, what is going on? He gets the ball across half court, and then he's like, "Oh my god, where's Julius? Where's Julius? I have to get him the ball right now." Grow up. Some of the people not on here, but some people on that always used to reply to me about Emmanuel quickly dribbles too much. I'll need to fucking put some respect on his name, all right?
I miss Emmanuel quickly dribbling the basketball. If this is what I have to watch, Deuce McBride do.
Emmanuel quickly is like Kyrie Irving compared to Deuce, bro.
Wait, he was hooping tonight? Yeah, that works.
I know. I gotta see his highlights, but yeah, man, I'm happy for him. But yeah, dude, OG, look, whatever you want to say about the trade, like, you're seeing these first 2 games exactly why they made it. Like, there was this sequence in the fourth quarter. It's one of the last. It's like, I mean, the game was already over basically, but Caruso drove across the lane. Ihart had switched on him by that point. Then he drove back across, and he had beaten because like Drummond had kind of screened and kind of like got in the way. So Randall was on Drummond, and Caruso had kind of beaten Hartenstein, so he had an angle for a lefty layup. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, that's just like, "Oh, you think no, you didn't win actually, because I am a gigantic human being, and I am also here right now, and my name is OG Anunoby." Dude, he was awesome. His defense is awesome. I 100,000% underestimated how impactful his defense would be. And
this happens because we don't watch Raptors games, apparently.
Yeah, nobody watches Raptors games. So
yeah, I don't watch Raptors.
Raptors fans are so pissed.
Yes, I watch the Raptors games.
Nobody believes.
All right.
If now you say you're watching Raptors games, I believe you, because there's a good reason to watch them now. Because
Emmanuel quickly, and that's it.
But before, you're watching Pascal Siakam do a Randall impression every night. Is that what you were watching?
That's right. Call it an impression because he can't be better than the original. That's our Beyblade.
Okay. All right. Was that? Were you about to say our baby?
Beyblade. Jesus.
That's my baby.
I'm not 10. Relax.
No, but really, like, I 100% however many percent underestimated how impactful he was. And like forgetting even just that stuff, the very, very obvious thing is DeMar DeRozan wanted no fucking piece of that at all. The only times he got cooking was when OG Anunoby was on the floor. When Anunoby was on the floor, that was it. It was game. Like he didn't want the ball. When he got the ball, he didn't want to shoot the ball. That was dominant. And the Knicks have not had a perimeter defender like that since I couldn't tell you one.
Ever.
I couldn't tell you one. Like that
Ever.
The last guy that you could say locked up guys on the perimeter like that for the Knicks was like, I don't know, fucking Spreewell or something. And even that is not the same thing. And it was a totally different era. To have a defender like that.
I mean, Patrick, really.
Yeah, but that's different, right? That's like,
it's overall impact.
OG is what we all imagined Shumpert was like in our heads.
Yeah, well, that's what Shumpert imagined. He was
Shumpert was like
he was wearing a fucking sneaker on his head. Fucking loser. But another Nick that you guys don't know, but I despise him on Shumpert.
Wow, that's crazy.
But look, I just think that. Yeah, like it's that the size and then you see the versatility. And again, like it stood out again today, like how much he makes. Like I think Randall, this might have been the best defensive effort we've seen from him all season. And I think it's because he doesn't have to do as much. So like in the random spurts where he's like, I'm gonna try. Like you actually get some shit out of it. I mean, he fucking dove into the crowd to save a ball today. When the fuck has that happened? When has that ever happened?
Wild times in MSG.
Yeah, but it was, I mean, that was really, really just, it's impressive to see how much he seems to be elevating the other guys too. DiVincenzo, again, really good defensive game. Honestly, it's fine that we played the Bulls today, so it didn't really matter, but I am continued to be extremely worried about Tibbs's fucking fascination with Josh Hart at the 2.
His fetish.
But his fetish is, it's like, he's fucking.
He had the Alec Burks fetish. He had the Alfred Payton fetish.
He's a fucking masochist. Now. He's like a punishment fetish.
I need to make it harder on myself for some reason.
Fucking whip me.
All right.
But I see the Family Guy. But I see the Family Guy where like Stewie's hooked up to the machine, and he's just like, "Oh yes." That's Tom Thibodeau playing Josh Hart at the 2, knowing that doesn't work.
Yeah, no, it's gonna work this time. It feels so good. But yeah, no, look, OG was awesome. Hartenstein, awesome too. And I think like me and Luca were talking about on the playback, but like I think just the game, like a game threat of just those two guys. And look, I know Brunson was awesome too, and Randall was awesome, but like what those two guys did in this game, I thought defensively and just Hartenstein on the glass, awesome. And it's not a coincidence that Hartenstein all of a sudden again looks like a premier, defensive backstop now that OG is here. Can you imagine what it would be like if we had Mitch back too?
Oh my God.
We would have been keeping them to 80. It would have been.
Bruh.
It's again like I'm watching this game and I'm just like, why did Mitch have to die? Why did we have to sacrifice Emmanuel quickly? Why did we have to sacrifice Emmanuel quickly for the Soul Stone?
I would have given up however many picks to keep Emmanuel quickly somehow.
I have it on pretty decent authority that was not possible.
Yeah. Yeah, it would just kind of felt like quickly was part of the deal. And it was either quickly or
quickly
no
was the deal. That was
it
was RJ that was the throw in. That was the like, hey.
So I sent the stats comparison this morning in our Discord, but like if you look at Jordan Poole stats from the start of last season to today, and you compare them to RJ Barrett stats from the start of last season to today, Poole has better numbers basically across the board. They both have shitty BPMs, VORPs, whatever. We know, I don't know the specifics, but we both know that they had terrible net ratings for their teams. And yes, Poole makes more, but Poole is also a slightly better player. The Warriors had to give up a 2030 protected first to get off the Jordan Poole contract. And yes, they got Chris Paul back, but you effectively had to dump the contract to get back a expiring contract for a good player. The Knicks, like RJ Barrett's contract, the fact that Zach Lowe said some people said it was toxic, to me, that means that a lot of people said it was toxic.
Yeah,
and I don't think it is unfair to make that assessment just based on the fact that Jordan Poole's contract was deemed to be toxic and a negative value contract. I think the Knicks had to give up that Detroit second, which is effectively a first, as kind of the sweetener to take the RJ deal. And I think after that, it was basically quick for OG straight up. And that's what it is. It's fine. Like, I will not. I'm not going to complain about the front office giving RJ the extension because I think it was a reasonable bet to make given his kind of like third overall pick, and you don't really need him to be that good to be a fine value contract at that price.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't work out. And look, we don't need to belabor the angles of the trade. OG here now has fixed the starters. I will take that. Let's make sure the front office now they have to make sure that they do their part and fix the bench too. Because
but think about DeJounte Murray and the impact that he could have as an all-ball defender. Like, okay, I got to get the DeJounte Murray thing out. As somebody who's had to watch him play in San Antonio before, and this was during the All-Star season. Like, this was during their All-Star season. So, like, this is where people thought that he was, like, the next up-and-coming thing. He fucking sucks. Like, this, I'm going to read out his numbers, true shooting-wise, in terms of, like, what he's done the last couple of years compared to RJ Barrett. And don't say anything. So, RJ Barrett the last 4 seasons, 94 true shooting plus, which is league average efficiency. 100 is league average. So 94, 90, 91, and 92 for the last 4 years, RJ Barrett. And in the same time frame for Murray, 89, 94, 93, 96. So they traded RJ Barrett, and now you want them to acquire RJ Barrett with like a different haircut and some wiggle. Like, what are we doing here?
And we were arguing about this today in the Discord. I was getting so annoyed because I'm like, you don't.
You should guys sign up for Patreon.
Yeah, sign up for the Patreon.
Discord.
You can argue with me all day if you want. But like you don't like watch the game. Just watch the game tonight and watch the game from Sunday when they whatever. Yeah, Sunday or Monday, whatever the fuck day it was. Sunday, Monday. I don't give a shit. When they played the fucking Timberwolves. You guess what? You don't like the RJ minutes that were the RJ minutes. They look great. They look fucking phenomenal. The minutes that suck are the Quickly minutes, which now suck. You don't need to replace RJ. You need to replace Quickly. You already replaced RJ. OG replaced RJ. And yes, I agree that at some point you're going to need a third star, blah, blah, blah. DeJounte Murray's not that third star. So why do you want to get a shitty third star instead of just keeping the good functional role players you have now who shoot the three well, who defend well, who protect Randall and Brunson defensively, and they're good rebounders, right? And go focus on the thing that you actually can get now. You actually can get. You're not going to get Emmanuel Quickley, but you're going to get somebody who is 80% of Emmanuel Quickley, hopefully. Yeah, if you get 80%, 85% of Emmanuel Quickley with that bench, you're going to be fine. This team is going to be fucking awesome, and Jeff is going to be counting his shekels on the Knicks over with a couple of weeks to spare. Do it for Jeff's over. Do it for Jeff's over, right. Leon.
Jeff has joined us. Jeff, your thoughts so far?
Schwinn, I was with you for more shekels on Knicks 8.5 tonight.
Yes.
And it's so funny how not worried I was at all. Like when they cut it to 4 at halftime, and I was like, okay, well, they have 7,000 turnovers, and Tibbs is insane, so he'll just play the starters the whole second half. Yeah. It was just so obvious what was going to happen, and they just the Bulls aren't. The Bulls have plenty of good things, but right now, they're just the type of team that the Knicks aren't going to have trouble with because it looked like the Knicks were quote unquote playing bad defense tonight, but Tibbs doesn't care about AO shooting open threes. He just doesn't.
He's like, if he's going to make 7 threes tonight, fine.
Right. Exactly. I just think the main takeaways from tonight, there's 3 takeaways I have from this game. 4, I guess. Brunson and Randall were awesome. The OG Anunoby minutes are ridiculous. When he's on the court, it doesn't matter. He's just absurd. Isaiah Hartenstein, if he keeps this up and Mitch never comes back, he should be first team all defense. And that's not an exaggeration. He's that good defensively. I mean, he leads the NBA in defensive EPM, and that's going to go up tonight. He was insane defensive. I mean, I can't guarantee that, but I'd be surprised if the gap didn't get wider. He was that good defensively tonight.
The two-man
and then
between him and Hartenstein, or him and Anunoby is going to be nuts.
Absolutely nuts.
And
then just the only slight negative I have is I'm concerned that Tibbs seems to really like this Josh Hart, OG Anunoby thing. And it's like he thinks that
really
like,
likes
okay,
Josh Hart.
It's like he thinks that like, okay, RJ was the problem. Clearly, like we replaced OG with RJ. It was RJ's shooting that was holding those lineups back. It's like, no, dude, it was both of their shooting. And like, as good as you think this lineup is now, and it is good because it fits really well, it'll get even better if DiVincenzo or Grimes is playing the shooting guard there because the Bulls didn't have the backline defenders tonight to make them pay, but they made the Knicks play 4-on whatever they didn't give a shit about Josh Hart at all. Mm-hmm. And like when a smart team does that, a team that can scramble and can rebound and you can't just dust on the offensive glass, we're going to look really bad offensively.
It happened against Minnesota in the fourth quarter. That's exactly what happened. So like we already saw it. They're a great defensive team. And in the fourth quarter, you didn't like the thing with a great defensive team, especially in the modern NBA, is even a great defensive team on any given night, they might give up 120. They might give up 130. It's part of how the league is now. But what you can't give a really good defensive team is a guy that they are like, we don't need to worry about him at all. And you exacerbate it with the lineup that he's in. Like Hart at the 3, Hart at the 4, you can figure that out. There's like you'll figure it out. Hart at the 2 next to Anunoby, who's not a dribbled, like he's not a creator at all. And Julius, who he can create, but you don't want him to like have to be on the perimeter and like operate out there and have to like it's just
like some point forward.
Yeah, we saw that dynamic play out today, right? So it's just that's the like. I'll say this: if you're still on the Tibbs needs to get fired boat, you might want to start becoming a huge Josh Hart fan. You might want to start becoming a huge Josh Hart fan because Josh Hart playing at the 2 constantly might be the thing that becomes so stupid that Tibbs can't stop doing. That gets him
put some Josh Hart parlays together,
and it worked. And to Jeff's point, it worked today because the Bulls like
suck ass,
and they suck ass, and they just like that fourth quarter. OG like
disrupted everything.
They couldn't get anything at all. Like, and when they did get past him, Hartenstein would just be like, "No, I'm still here. I'm gigantic." So like, it was like a, it was like varsity against freshmen. That was a joke.
I thought a really good adjustment Tibbs made at halftime was if you go back and watch the first half, like Anunoby on DeRozan, he picks up those 2 fouls early, but like even when Anunoby was in on DeRozan, they were pre-stunting so hard. Like they were just doing their standard baseline defensive scheme. And they were like, there were guys like helping at the nail, over helping at the nail, 1 pass away. And it's like, dude, you have OG Anunoby on your team. He's going to recover. You don't have to help at the nail anymore. Like that's why we brought him here. And it's like they remembered that at halftime because all those passes that were there in the first half disappeared in the second half.
Also, I just want to read this comment from my. Oh, sorry, you finish your point. I thought you were done.
I just want to say that's why they brought Anunoby here is like to not giving up lots of threes against most teams isn't a good thing. And the way to not have to give up a lot of threes is to not have to help. So like the reason the Knicks defense was so good when Quickly was a Knick is because he's one of the rare players who could help and then recover. Like that's what he did really well. But there aren't a ton of players who can do that. What Anunoby does really well is, first of all, he's great off the ball. But when he's on the ball, he doesn't require anybody to have to help and recover. He'll do it. He's good. Like, so all the other guys can stay attached and there's no kick out available. Like when Brunson is at his, I'm not going to say his worst, but when the Knicks are at their worst, when Brunson has the ball, it's when he can't create an advantage against whatever defender is on him, and the other guys can stay glued to who their guys. When Brunson's forcing collapses, when he forces help, that's when we see the ball swing around. So just invert that, flip that to the defense. We don't want that. We don't want to let the opponent force a collapse. We want to stay one-on-one everywhere. And when OG Anunoby is on the ball, that is the perfect time to stay one-on-one everywhere and stay attached to your guys. And I thought Tibbs really adjusted to that well in the second half.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, if you have Sauce Gardner, you probably don't need to worry about sending a safety over the top to help him. Like he's fine. Let him fucking be there. Especially since Sauce Gardner can hold all the time.
Exactly.
This is from Mike Plu. I will double my Patreon level if we get DeJounte Murray and Schwinn has to like him. You can double your Patreon level. Can't guarantee the second part. I want to see Schwinn drenched in championship champagne in a DeJounte Murray jersey. That you gotta pay extra for that one, pal.
It's $100 tier.
That's that
$1,000 tier.
That's not listed. That tier.
Unlisted tier.
You gotta slip him some money in the side for that one.
Yeah, that's the champagne room tier.
JK brings up, he says it's funny because he's busting out interesting offensive wrinkles to try and keep the Hart closing lineup afloat. They're running guard screening actions into Draymond-esque short roll reps. Yeah, he'll do everything he can to keep Josh Hart on the floor. It's remarkable to me what he'll do for his booze.
That is smart, to be fair. Like Josh Hart's the best. If you have Anunoby and Randall, we know Randall. If you use Randall as the screener. So the two other options, or the three other options at screener, are Anunoby, who is to be determined, Randall, who's just going to try to force a switch. He's not going to help at all. And Hartenstein, who's good. He's a good passer, but the opponents are just going to blitz. Like they'll live with Hartenstein in the Draymond Green role. Josh Hart is the one guy in that unit who, like, if they blitz, he can expose a 4-on-3. So like that's actually, if you're going to have him out there, I like using him as a screener much more than him being a spacer, unless he's spacing the corner.
Anthony Davis right now is just putting on like a fucking defensive clinic. This is incredible to watch.
Are they winning the game?
No, but don't worry. Cam Reddish will go to the game soon. We'll be good to go.
Defensive clinic down 11. Don't you love the Lakers, dude?
He's gonna like I was not like anti-Cam Hive. I hope none of them out there like keep a running diary as to who to kill or anything. But because you can see that, right? Like, but I do have to say this: like, he's gonna be out of the rotation soon, right? He's been miserable.
He's gonna be out of the league soon.
For the Lakers, all the dunking, all the shit that like Cam has been awful. He doesn't. They have one of the worst offenses in the entire league. And
did anybody just see the foul he committed?
No, I'm not. I'm actually not watching. I should turn it on.
Lakers fans will be asking for his head very soon.
Yeah, he's like at 50 true shooting or something now.
Oh, what?
And all he does is shoot open shots.
Yeah,
like it's crazy.
Getting him to 56 true shooting for half a season is like.
Let's see what we got here.
I don't know how he did it, but somehow he made Cam Reddish.
I just saw the Cam Reddish.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know this isn't a Lakers postgame, but as good a job as Pelinka did at the trade deadline last year, he needs to do that again. Because if you had told Pelinka, me, just anybody in the world who has a clue that they were going to get this from Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and they were going to be fighting to be 500. Like LeBron James and Anthony Davis have been, I don't know, top 10 players this season, something insane like that. Like LeBron's been like a top 5 player.
They've been no Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. I'll say that.
Who is?
Yeah. We're Knicks fans. Let's go with that. Yeah, they've been. I agree.
Randle, honestly though, he has been like
on another level,
all NBA level.
Dude, yeah, awesome. And I know the plus minus tonight makes like. He got really punished for being with those bench.
There's nothing he can do, Schwinn. There's nothing he can do. Like the EPM will cover that. Like his. EPM
can we talk about how pathetic the bench is, by the way? Because like I knew I talked about it in the intro, but like
who do you think is the most scared on the bench? Is it
Precious Achiuwa?
Or is it Precious? Who? Well, I don't know. Precious is not scared. Precious is just like out there.
An idiot.
Yeah, Precious is just out there, bro.
He's Precious, all right, because he needs Precious help when trying to play basketball.
Precious has CTE. Precious is CTE.
Dude, that fast break.
The guy doesn't even know what he's doing out there.
No, it was 4-1, and then he Brunson threw it back to Precious, and then he went,
I'm telling you, like, this is like what we talk about. Like, I mentioned this in the last post game. Precious needs to basically play with like the Julian Edelman size helmet. Like,
wait, wasn't it Wes Welker who had the really big?
Was it Welker? Oh,
it was Welker.
Same fucking thing.
It was one of the short Patriot receivers.
Yeah. One of those fucking assholes.
Just get him. I got tagged in a post today. I don't know if he watches this post. This guy Joe, who tags me and Schwinn in posts a lot, seems like a nice dude. He tagged us in a post today and asked us if it's fair to be disappointed in how Josh Hart has played this season. And
Absolutely.
Hart being what he is right now is a big reason why the bench looks what it is. And this is why top-down impact data is so important, because if you were to just look before the trade, the day before the trade was taken, if you were to just look at net swing, it would be like, oh, the bench is really good. Quickly and Hart are really good. They're both really important. And it's like, no. And then you look at EPM, and Quickly is in the 80th percentile in EPM, and Josh Hart is below average. He's what is he now? Has it gone down? He's in the 34th percentile in overall EPM this year. He's been bad. And all of that is on the offensive end. He's absolutely killing the Knicks offensively. I'm not saying I love Josh Hart. I love what he brought last season. I understand what he can bring. But right now, the idea that they were just going to be able to replace Quickly with Deuce because, we still have Josh Hart was always laughable. And he needs to play better if the bench is going to pick it up.
Question.
What was his best play tonight? Was it the Alexi? Was it the Jared Jack Memorial chuck into the crowd?
Dude. That pass was crazy.
Jared Jack Memorial.
That was the fucking most insane. And the thing that pissed, he's been making insane plays like this all year, and Tibbs has no leash on him.
Y'all think that he's been Grimes too much makes that play?
First of all,
I'm sorry.
If Grimes made that play, first of all, I would love if Grimes had the confidence to make that play. But if Grimes did make that play, he'd be out of the game. He'd get pulled right there. It would 100% happen. He would never be allowed to make that play. And that is my issue with Josh Hart. It's compounded by the fact that Tibbs has allowed this to occur. He has no leash for him. He has no control over him. And he absolutely loves him. Why? Because he rebounds. That's it. If you ask him why he loves Josh Hart, that he's talked about this before. What did he say about Josh Hart even before Josh Hart was on the Knicks? He's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. He's one of the best rebounding wings, guards, perimeter players, wherever he said, in the league. That's why he loves him. He overvalues rebounding over every other skill in basketball. That is the skill he cares about the absolute most in basketball, is rebounding. And that's why he hates playing small. Why does he hate playing small? Because you play small, you open yourself up to rebounding, giving up offensive rebounding chances. That's the skill he cares about the most. That's why he will always overvalue Josh Hart, even though it's completely fucking obvious that lineup with DiVincenzo instead of Hart is awesome, better, more balanced, and has great defense integrity on the defensive glass, because DiVincenzo is a great defensive rebounder for a guard. It's ridiculous to watch this stuff. And if I was Dante DiVincenzo, this is the stuff that you
causes guys to speak out against him in the media.
When you hear, it's honestly becoming even more insane to me that Josh Hart was the one to say what he said.
It's bro, Bibbs loves you, dog.
And not just that, if I'm Dante DiVincenzo, I'd be like, so what is it that I have to do to close a fucking game here? I've got to shoot oh no, that doesn't matter if you're on fire. Remember, we found that out when Emmanuel Quickly didn't close the OKC game. It doesn't matter if you're on fire either, actually. Ridiculous. If you're not 6'5" at least, you can't close a game for me unless you're Jalen Brunson. It's absurd to watch this stuff. It's crazy. And when we play better teams and better opponents, the solution cannot just be play Brunson and Randall more. That's a bullshit. That's not a solution. That's not a solution. He
is the guy on 2K that just plays.
That's lazy coaching
the whole time.
It's lazy coaching. And yes, does the front office need to go get him?
Thinking that there's no
another ball handler, another guy that can handle the ball and create. Yes, absolutely, they do. But his solution to the bench struggling at the start of you want to know? Do you guys remember what the solution was? Here's the solution: Josh Hart's going to come up and he's going to run a pick and roll with Julius Randle. That was his solution. Beautiful. And what did Josh Hart do? He threw the fucking dumbest pocket pass that never had any chance of getting through, got stolen, and I think the Bulls scored on the other. No, he poked it away. Actually, he successfully poked the ball away. But these are not giving Josh Hart more responsibility is not a solution. That is not a solution. And yes, look, Deuce McBride, Quentin Grimes, these guys, they've got to give you more.
Can they give you more though?
I've seen Quentin Grimes, all these.
I don't think they can.
I've seen these summer videos he does. Where he's working out with Penny Hardaway and his handles all he's shaking and baking on nobody. And I see him come out today and he's trying to shake and bake on Javon Carter, and I'm like, give it a rest, buddy. fucking catch.
Also, did you like read the scouting report? Javon Carter's not the guy to do that on.
Right. Like it's like I'm just like, what where are you going here? He was like, and I do have some sympathy for him though too, because for some reason now Tibbs is only going to exclusively use him in these lineups where it's just Brunson or just Randall as the creators. And like, I'm sorry, dude. Quentin, this is why I like Quentin Grimes. I think he's been put in really shitty positions this year. And I don't think he's as bad as a lot of his impact stats say they are. I think he's been really fucked by Tibbs in a lot of ways. But like, this is why I've never valued him over somebody like Emmanuel Quickley. Because I'm like, I'm sorry, dude, but actually being able to like dribble, if you're not some dominant game-changing defender, you need to be able to do shit on offense. And Quentin Grimes, yeah, he can shoot a contested three sometimes in a tight, in a tight space. That's what he can, and he can attack a closeout and make nice dump off passes. That's about it. That floater he took today was like a sad tribute to Emmanuel Quickley. That was a really sad tribute to Emmanuel Quickley. Like that was like, I was like, wow, dude, I was like, I wanted to like buy a fucking 40 oldie and pour that shit out when he took that fucking floater. Holy shit, dude. That was the most ugly thing I've ever seen. I thought I assumed he got fouled. So I'm like, did you like, was that fucking a wide right? Like, what the hell is that? Unbelievable.
I actually thought to me, the most frustrating Grimes play was when he got swung the ball in the corner with like 4 seconds left on the shot clock. And he had an open shot in the corner and he swung it again to Hart above the break, who's covered. And it was like, first of all, no. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, even if there's 15 seconds left on the shot clock, just shoot the ball. Like, you're open, you're better. I just feel like those are the types of, like, you know how when
you have to, you know why he didn't shoot it? He didn't shoot it because he missed the one before. And
right,
it's like,
yeah.
You have to have the confidence, and it's hard. I get it. Sometimes it is hard. Like this was, I mean, it's also a gift. It's a gift and a curse. We know this about with RJ Barrett, right? Where it's like the confidence to keep shooting is a hard thing. But a guy like Josh Hart has to, or not Josh Hart. I mean, Josh Hart too, honestly, when he's open, like just shoot the fucking ball. But a guy like Grimes has to understand he's out on the floor for that shot. When he's in the game, Tibbs, when that shot gets him, Tibbs doesn't want him to do anything else other than shoot the fucking ball. He's got to take that shot. Sorry to cut you off, Jeff.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just going to say, like, on defense, sometimes you'll see a guy, oftentimes you'll see a guy with a 1-on-2 in scramble on the perimeter. And the really smart ones immediately can download and process who the better shooter is of the two. And like, you can see them in real time, be like, okay, what is the lesser of two evils here? I have to give up a 3 to one of them. Who am I going to give up the 3 to? Quentin Grimes doesn't seem to have feel for the fact that he is the preferable option. Like, he's always trying to play unselfishly and he's passive. And it's like, somebody needs to get into his head that, like, anytime the defense is in a scramble and the ball hits his hands, it's almost a certainty that the best option is going to be Grimes just pulling from 3. And he has to know that.
He seems so skittish, right? It's like, it's like he was good last year at attacking closeouts. Like, not perfect, but he was good. And it just feels like this year I felt like there was times in this game where I felt like he's so desperate to show off the sidestep 3 that he's working on that he's like he's not reading the play properly. He's like trying to set up the sidestep. And I'm like, but what if you just didn't do that? Can we Men in Black him? Can we like erase
wipe his
memory
of his summer
workouts? Yeah. Can we like wipe out his memory from this summer? Because I feel like he went to fucking JJ Redick school. Camp. No, Penny's good. He worked with Penny the summer before. He's good to go. Okay. He went to work with that fucking scumbag JJ Redick, and now he's turned into, I don't even know what the hell this is. This is like
this was JJ Redick's plan to sabotage us.
That was so like weird. Like, I don't agree that JJ Redick is a scumbag. Like, I'm not on board with that.
I know that.
Actually,
I'm a very big fan. He did go to Duke though. So
he did. That is no good. But that's not his fault.
Also was a great poet. He was also a great poet at Duke. Please look that up on YouTube if you haven't heard it.
What does that mean?
He literally
it means like they used to like taunt him by reading his poetry during Duke games.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. What a dork.
But all those videos were so weird to me because they were working on things that were never gonna matter, like in New York. Like it was like, and he tweeted about it too. He's like, "Oh, I just got done working with my guy Grimes. Like, or he's got such a deeper bag now." It's like, dude, yeah, I'm sure Tibbs is real moved by Grimes' deeper bag. He's gonna take possessions away from
like, hey, go sit
Jalen
your ass in the
Brunson.
corner.
Yeah,
but the thing is, like honestly, it just shows you like how insane like Tibbs' standards are for some of these guys, because like it took so much for him to just give quickly like pick and roll possessions. It basically took like 2.5 years for him to be like, fine, you'll get some pick and roll possessions now. Like Quentin Grimes, he probably saw him coming to the first day of training camp, trying to show off his bag, and had to and just was like hysterically laughing with like Rick Brunson in the corner or something. Like, are you fucking you see this fucking guy? He thinks he's gonna run pick and rolls.
Tibbs like elbowing him, like, "Hey, Rick, check this out." Dude thinks he's running pick and rolls. Yeah, fuck, man.
Oh wait, sorry. I want to read that comment from before. I forgot who it was. Christopher. It was Chris Revere, right?
He said, "Why did the Knicks give Precious IQ's number? He's so bad, it's disrespectful.
He needs to
I
take
never
my
want to
number.
see him hoop on my team again." Are there any backup fives that you think we can get by the deadline? Great question, by the way.
I mean,
probably some guys on the buyout market, and we got to see who's like. We got to see who that is first.
Can we leave Andre Drummond? Just leave Andre Drummond in New York.
No. Did you watch Andre Drummond today? You wanted that?
I saw rebounds, so that's all I care about.
He can't catch the ball.
Bro, it's like a wider, taller Precious.
Wait, was it the goatee? Was it the goatee that did it for you?
The goatee looks
it's a great comparison by Sam. Yeah. He is just a wider Precious. That's perfect.
He's a wider, taller Precious. Like, come on, what are we doing?
Okay, he has like the beat vendetta mustache going on right now too.
Tom Thibodeau, he says, if they have to play more, they'll play more. I have a confidence in the guys that we have. I think we just need a little bit of time, and that's Tom talking about Brunson.
I have to say, Tyrese, that is like worry number one. Aside from the bench unit, aside from the Josh Hart stuff, no, not aside, like ahead of those things. How is this team, if they don't make another move, going to make it to the end of this year? They're going to die.
They'll make another move. I think. Come on, they're going to make it. There's no way that. I'd be shocked if they don't. This is from Kofi Amankwa Jr. I'll throw up after saying this, but Stephen A. Smith mentioned that Tibbs likes players like Josh Hart are good enough to fight till the end with defense, rebounds, etc., but not enough to win in the playoffs. And then he said, I have a feeling that a Tibbs' obsession with utilizing Josh Hart, especially over IQ during his tenure, will eventually lead to his demise. As I mentioned before, if you are of the Tibbs should be canned hive, if that is your inclination,
Josh Hart.
I think you're rooting for more Josh Hart. Let's just put it that way.
I don't know if y'all have talked about this tonight, but Julius Randle doing the too small celebration against Caruso was one of the hardest I've ever laughed during a Knicks game. Caruso has absolutely obliterated Randle in that matchup lifetime. Like, is that what that was? Like, Randle has been so frustrated across 6 games that he finally was like, I did it. I won that matchup one time.
And he actually, this is the best I've seen him against. He didn't force it. He did not force it against Caruso today. The first 2 plays he posted Caruso, he found corner 3 shooters, and they were awesome passes. I think the first one OG didn't hit. The second one OG swung to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo didn't hit, but those were awesome passes. I thought some of his misses inside in the first half were just kind of like uncharacteristic misses. Like they were really weird. He missed a really weird layup in the first half where it was like he short armed it. I don't know. It was bizarre, but I just let him look. I'm very happy to see Julius be happy. Like it's much. Yeah. I have a lot more fun watching Julius play like he's having fun.
Smile therapist Julius.
Yeah. And this was not like some of the stuff at the start of last season where like Breen wouldn't shut the fuck up about like it's
he's
so
smiling
nice.
more.
So
He's
nice to see
smiling
him.
more.
But like this was like real, actual joy. Like he was like happy. And what that says about
Did he just hate RJ
somebody
and
who is
Emmanuel
now
quickly?
gone?
Yes.
Maybe.
No, he just hated RJ Barrett.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Yeah,
The way they talk about OJ, they're like, "Oh yeah, he just makes the right play."
all
Yeah,
of them. He said that. Tibbs said that today before the game, and then Brunson said it also before the last game. They all have said the same thing.
Damn, they really just hated RJ, huh?
It's not intentional. Like they're not. You can tell they're not saying it to like knock him. They're just like, "Holy shit, this is awesome. This is great. This guy knows how to play basketball." This is from Larry Israel. I'm digging in on Clarkson being a good fit. He can score all by himself with 4 defensive-minded bench players around him. Yeah, I don't hate Clarkson.
He just scored like what 34 tonight off the bench
36.
versus
Yeah.
36.
Hey, he's been a kid. I'm telling you, man, these Utah guys on my fucking fantasy team have been great. I have him, I have Sexton, and I have Markkanen. It's fucking awesome having him.
Today in their toilet bowl game versus the Pistons, that game just went to overtime.
Dude, the end of the
did Ivy get hurt?
I don't even know.
What the fuck are his minutes tonight? Oh my god, he's back on the court. So okay, so Monty Williams
is just stupid, yeah.
Dude, what the fuck? And he did they're the Knicks 2.0. He played Burks. Oh my god.
He loves Burks. Oh, he loves Burks.
Dude,
Okay, Burks actually did tonight.
Burks 27 points tonight. Oh, he didn't play that stupid today.
He also like had the game tying shot.
This game is 151, 148 in overtime. What the fuck am I watching?
It was 132 at the end of regulation.
But before we move the subject off of Randall or whatever, we go to the next question. Schwinn, in your most recent Pod Strickland episode, I thought a really, really astute thing that you said regarding Randall was that the existence of OG Anunoby makes Randall, it elevates him defensively because it solidifies his role. It makes his role easier. Like never again is Randall going to have to be like, okay, I'm killing myself out there offensively. I'm trying to carry this offense. And oh, by the way, I'm guarding Jason Tatum or Giannis Antetokounmpo sometimes.
Yeah, it's
like,
not possible.
I thought you pointed out against the Timberwolves, like Randall was locked in defensively. I thought he played really great defensively again tonight. Like I thought he was on his, I just thought he was really good. And you notice when Randall is like checked out or he's just hurting the team, he's missing rotations. There was nothing loud tonight defensively from Randall. And it was just like, I thought his effort on that end was really good. And like, it doesn't ever even have to be that good because when his offense is as fucking great as it was tonight. So just continuing to see this turnaround from him has been pretty incredible. And he's doing it again. That's just like the mental fortitude it takes for him to just continuously bounce back and just play at this level, and not only play at this level, but find different ways to be this good. Like this is the third different season for the Knicks he's being this good, and it's the third different type of style he's playing. It's pretty outstanding, honestly.
And I also like one thing I think we're starting to see a little bit more. Obviously, it's only been 2 games. The thing, like, you remember, if I'm sure all of us remember this. One of the big frustrations with Tibbs' scheme in general and some of his stuff is like he doesn't switch a lot. He doesn't allow they don't switch a lot. You're starting to see them switch way more with Anunoby and Randall, and like because he's comfortable with. I think he's always been comfortable with Randall cross matched because he knows with Randall, it's if he has an issue, it's focus. It's not the actual physical ability to match up. I think it's pretty obvious he did not trust RJ at all, and he clearly trusts OG. And not just that, switching down, right? So switching Randall down is maybe not that risky of a proposition. RJ, for as big as he was so bad, I thought, at like fighting against bigger guys. And now you compare that to Anunoby, and it's like, it's not. Yeah, it's not even the same thing. I mean, I've even seen them switching Anunoby and Hartenstein. Like you see that.
I saw OG on Drummond a couple times tonight.
Yeah, and that is massive. Like
a game changer.
It is, and we also know like, so this now becomes a thing where it's like, really, maybe you only have to totally protect one guy in your lineup defensively, right? Like Brunson. Brunson is obviously not capable of switching. So you have to protect against that, and you have to like help him out. Other than that,
everything else is free game.
Yeah, that becomes a lot easier when you don't have to cover for oh, well, we don't want Randall switching because this, or we don't want RJ switching because of that. Like, it becomes a lot easier to figure that stuff out. So, look, I got to say, again, like, I definitely underestimated the impact, but, and I'll never agree with any of the stuff related to, like, the usage of Quickly, and I don't agree that they maximize his value, but, like, you have to give the front office credit for identifying a player who, on the surface, maybe is not exactly what you would ideally be targeting, like just as in terms of his offensive fit. But one, it has paid offensive dividends, and two, you can see already, I think, the significant difference he makes defensively, the significant impact he has defensively. And look, this is a big bet they made, right? Like, trading out Emmanuel Quickly was not. This is like the first. I mean,
hard decision.
Yeah, it's like this is the first like real big hand Leon has played and this front office has played. And I'm not saying they won the bet, but like you got to be pretty encouraged.
I think
by
both sides came out of this feeling pretty good, especially seeing how Emmanuel Quickly's played these first couple games with the Raptors. Like, and Raptors fans are like rejoicing that they finally have like pull-up shooting and like youth and shit like that. Like, shit that we're desperately missing right now, but like they needed it more than we needed that at this particular junction in time.
And also just look, I know there's a lot of people out there, but if you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe to the channel. That'd be a huge help to us. We have 1K subscribers now, so thank you to all that have helped us get there. But we are always trying to get bigger. That's what she said. All right.
Sean Ye says DeRozan saw OG on him and started playing like it was playoff time. My favorite. My favorite.
Playoff DeRozan's a sight to behold. Sight to behold. Oh man, his one, and like I shouldn't say this because he's talking. I don't want to like crap on DeMar DeRozan, the person. He seems like a good dude.
Oh no,
he seems like a good dude. But that podcast episode where he was like, I feel like we would have won even if they kept me and didn't get Kawhi. It's like it's aging so well. It's like, dude, no. Kawhi was the best player in the NBA then. Come on. Let's have some self-awareness here, bud.
Will Utah trade off? This from David Goodman. Will Utah trade off? They're playing well. I don't know. I feel like Ainge wants to, though. There's no way he's like, I feel like he's sitting there like, what have I done? Like, this is not my
really does. Like, last year, this is what happened last year. Like, the Jazz were good, and then they traded up like Conley and the other pieces, and then they started to tank. Like, this is what's going to happen this year.
Tyrese, I want you to read this comment, just like, but with your full emotion behind it, okay?
Well, Utah. Oh, everyone should hate RJ Barrett. Yes.
Utah's the 12th seed right now, so I don't know.
No, but seriously, everybody should like the fact that RJ Barrett was so ass that we had to train Emmanuel Quickly should mean that every time he comes back to New York, he should get jumped. I'm so
jumped is crazy.
Like, I want to see nothing but like Jamaicans and Haitians just like at his door in the hotel.
Isn't he Jamaican?
He wants his own people to beat him.
Exactly.
Nah, but like the fact that he was really that bad to get IQ shipped out of here.
Man. Well, I don't think it's just that, right? I think the main thing is this. If you're any trade for them, right? When you trade a guy like OG, generally speaking, you're gonna have to take back some like contract that their team doesn't want, and then you're whatever else they're giving you is like the actual shit you want, right? So picks, obviously, or players that are young that are good. And in the Knicks case, from what I feel comfortable saying, from what I know, the Knicks have made overtures of like RJ plus picks. That has happened. And
it wasn't enough.
Well, it just never, it wasn't previously. I know they at least offered something like that last year. Obviously, I have no idea what happened leading up to this, by the way. But like, I think it's probably safe to say that they probably looked at the Knicks picks and they were like, okay, well, if we give them OG, they're just going to be really good. And their picks now become devalued to us. So why are we doing that? And these protected picks, like we don't know when they're going to convey. If they're going to convey, the Milwaukee one's probably not going to be good. Like this Dallas one might be okay. Who knows? But like, these aren't super valuable picks, or we don't even, again, if they are, they might be 2-3 years down the line. And I think they probably just looked at it and they were like, if we're going to do this trade, like Quickly's the thing we need to get. And that's just kind of where the sides met, I would bet. So, you know, I think RJ was always going to go out an OG deal. But, you know, I don't really want to debate this because I find it like, I genuinely find it bizarre that anybody is like, if Toronto found RJ valuable, I think it has to do with their market. I don't think it has to do with him as a player or him as a contract. Maybe he's like intriguing to them in just the sense of he's a young guy and they don't really need to worry about.
They're like, hey, we got a Canadian, guys.
Yeah, and they're probably not that worried about competing for the next couple of years anyway. So if they can try and rejuvenate RJ, it doesn't really hurt them at all. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, cool, they got him for whatever. But Quickly's for sure the prize in that deal for them. And you know, I look, I always wish him the best.
Both sides came out with something that they needed.
And end of the day, I'll always root for Quick because I just always think like, however he felt, and I'm sure he was pissed off this year, like his minutes getting cut and whatever. He never showed that. He never demonstrated that towards his teammates. And I always felt like his effort was exemplary. And honestly, like he just played with a lot of joy and it was fun to watch.
Great, Nick.
The early, I know they don't mean anything because it's just like too small a sample size, but the early Raptors on-off numbers are so funny. Do you know what they are, Schwinn? Or people on this panel?
I don't, but I'm sure that Quickly is like dominating and RJ is very much not.
So, and remember, they both start. All the people out there who are like, oh, Quickly only did this because he was playing bench minutes, yada, yada. So through 2 games, when Quickly plays, the Raptors are plus 12.2 per 100. When RJ plays, they're minus 3.3 per 100. When Quickly sits, they're minus 2.9 per 100. When RJ sits, they're plus 8.4 per 100.
And
that should be impossible. That should actually be impossible. And your starters on the same team.
He's not a toxic asset, by the way.
Yeah,
totally.
They've played 2 actual good teams now too. Cavs been playing better. They whooped somebody's ass. I forget who they played.
They played Cleveland and then they played at Memphis
on the road. Yeah, and Memphis has been obviously much better since Ja got back.
Quickly was over there skipping in Memphis out playing Ja Morant.
Oh, was he?
How special is that?
Good for him, man.
I'm happy. He's using like deep threes and like skipping down the court like he was in Boston.
Man, that's he always has.
He deserves this.
He's earned this spot, and I'm happy that he got it. Like
that throwback Raptors jersey that I will cop of Emmanuel Quickly will go super hard. By the way,
that's the
whenever that drops.
Really disgusting thing you've said there.
That's the only Raptors jersey I will ever purchase in my life.
I don't believe you, Larry.
Who the hell else would I buy of the
Marcus
Raptors?
Camby?
You're buying a Scotty Barnes jersey. I can.
Oh hell no! Don't wish such nasty things upon me,
Larry Israel. I'm gonna tell your wife to buy you a Scotty Barnes jersey.
Oh, what?
That's real. That's absolutely real.
All right.
Larry Israel. The other thing about Clarkson is his contract descends to $14 million a year for 2 years. It's a spectacular contract. So I was actually looking
at the descending contracts.
Yeah, and to kind of talk about this a little bit, I actually was looking at Clarkson's numbers the other day. I think we all assume that it would be a massive failure. Obviously, if the Knicks don't make the playoffs this year, I'm projecting them as a playoff team. Clarkson, if you take out his first go around in the playoffs, which was like that weird Cavs team where he got traded midway through the season and they like LeBron their way to the finals and then they got stomped in the finals. If you take away that year, he's actually been a pretty good playoff performer. He's like 58 true shooting in 24 playoff games. He's got pretty solid splits. I think it's like 44 to 35, whatever. And to Larry's point, like he is one of these guys that just like, he's capable of just scoring whenever against whoever.
He just had a triple-double the other day, didn't he?
Yeah. And I think like without Quickly, the Knicks don't have variants like that. Like they need somebody that can give them just
light it up.
Yeah, there's an unexpected
15 points in like 10 minutes.
They don't have that. And I think Clarkson, maybe more so, like Brogdon can do that in a very
Brogdon's like the Andre Miller-esque kind of guard.
It's just like it's super Republican. The way that like Brogdon
especially the way that he dribbles.
Yeah, everything Brogdon does is like very Republican. He respects the flag. like all good things.
Stand for the anthem.
Stand for the anthem.
Yeah, he definitely stands for the anthem. Takes his hat off.
Like he's gonna
Hat off.
He'd be really mad at Jeff right now. He'd be really upset with Jeff right now. What is this?
What did I do?
You got
You're
your
wearing
hat
your
on.
hat.
Yeah, my bad.
But like I think that he would like there, and I'm fine with that. I actually think Brogdon, end of the day, if I'm picking and choosing, is probably the guy that I would like feel the best about. But Clarkson's pretty interesting. I think he's definitely. I would prefer him. Like I would prefer both those guys, honestly, to DeJounte Murray. Like I don't even think that's a question.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, because DeJounte Murray is pitiful. Like he's shooting 38% from three. Oh my god, he's such a floor spacer. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Tyrese gets like so like personally offended when he talks about.
He hates DeJounte Murray.
Bro, like I had to watch
Like
this man play
DeJounte Murray like
basketball.
spit on his family or something.
Dude, I had to watch Spurs games, and like people are trying to convince themselves he's good because he played on a team where nobody else could dribble. Like, please, God.
Who do you think is the final piece then, Tyrese? I don't think Murray is. I don't mean that as like I'm just curious who is your like ideal final piece that you think is attainable
For this season, just like
or just in general.
I mean the white whale would be like Booker, but
Yeah.
I don't know how they get there. That's my question. I mean, I don't want to get
Hope for
wild.
the
But
Suns to employed.
I don't want to get wild, but like if Julius is playing like this in the playoffs and Brunson's playing like this in the playoffs, like I think they're better than anybody that is in Boston.
I mean,
And I think they could probably give Boston a run for their money too.
Julius is the big like. If Julius plays like Julius, all bets are off. Like he's been special this year to me.
They can give Boston a run for their money.
I think they take Boston
if Julius plays like this and Julius is allowed to play center against Boston. That's the key. They'll get smoked if Tibbs doesn't move off Harden. Like if Tibbs tries playing Precious Achua just to keep the normal rotation, like and he's not giving Julius all the backup 5 minutes, Boston will just absolutely destroy the Knicks in those minutes, and it'll be
untenable. You imagine Precious Achua CTE basketball in the playoffs?
But like, even if he doesn't play Achua, if the other answer is like Jericho Sims or Hardenstein for 48 minutes, like you just have to play Randall and a bunch of wings because Boston doesn't have anybody who can hurt you. Like they don't try to get to the rim. They're going to shoot a bunch of threes and they don't really attack the offensive glass. I actually thought, I don't know if you guys watched the OKC Boston game the other night. It was a really good game. I thought a really cool wrinkle that Boston tried in the second half was Porzingis and Cornette at the same time. Against the small OKC lineup. So like, of course, if Boston's like, okay, you're going to go small with Randall, we're going to try this, then you adjust, like you react to what's happening in front of you. But as long as Boston's playing their normal rotation, where it's just basically Porzingis and Horford and lots of guards and wings, Randall at the 5 is totally tenable with OG Anunoby and Hart and Grimes and like all the, like they're a bigger team now. They're a bigger team outside of center. And I think it would just be a must against Boston in a series, or they would just get exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah. The honestly, the big thing with Boston is just that starting lineup. Porzingis opens up the floor for them so much. And even though I don't think any of their ball handlers are particularly great ball handlers, none of them are bad for their size. I mean, even Jaylen Brown, like, sure, he can't go left, but if he's your worst ball handler, you're kind of like in a pretty decent spot. And especially with the spacing. Yeah, especially with the spacing they have. It's really hard. But Milwaukee, like, I don't know, man. I still feel like if you look at their point differential for the year, their net, like all that stuff, like they were blowing really hot. They were blowing really hot to start this year. Like their record flatters them. And I get it. Like they have Giannis and they have Dame. So it's fair to expect that they might have a better close game, like they would outperform their point differential. But generally speaking, like I think that team is kind of weak, and their bench is just flat out fucking shit. Like their bench is just bad. It's not a good bench.
What is their bench like? Peyton Pritchard, Al Horford.
No, I'm talking about Milwaukee's bench.
Oh, Milwaukee, yeah, their bench is
Portis,
Campaign, Beauchamp.
It's a bad bench. They had that fucking
Jackson.
That fucking guy. That guy. He had like 3 threes against us out of his ass. Fucking prick.
That's what they always do versus us. They also have Jay Crowder when he's healthy.
The Giannis stat is by far the most ridiculous. He's 5-5 from 3 against the Knicks and 5 for 44 against the rest of the league.
It's honestly so stupid. Larry Azo says KP will get hurt. He's playing a ton of minutes and switching. I don't see how that does help up off the. Oh, Chris Bernard. I tried to do Clarkson Olenek to the Knicks for Fournier and picks. We need to find someone that isn't Precious Flynn to offset salary, but if you can, it works.
Why do we need to offset salary here? Shouldn't that be enough? Oh, I see. We need to add more salary.
Clarkson,
is that what you're saying?
Why would they do? I don't think they're going to do Clarkson and Olenek. They're also not going to like.
I have a feeling the Knicks are fine just living with the backup 5, just not being like good. Right?
Good. Yeah.
I genuinely think they're. And watching it, honestly, like I get it. Precious sucks. My biggest issue with those minutes is not Precious. My biggest issue with those minutes is the fact that like
we can't get any guard initiation.
Like, dude, like Deuce isn't even getting us into the fucking set until there's like 10 seconds left of the shot clock. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
He dribbles like a grandma getting up the court.
But if Utah is trying to sell and they can get Clarkson and Olenek, like I'd rather get Clarkson and Olenek than just Brogdon.
Oh yeah, for sure. 1,000.
Yeah, but
you need to send out something that we don't like. What's the salary?
They have to send out DiVincenzo.
Yeah, which is not going to happen.
Yeah.
There's too much salary.
Okay.
What about some? Do we have any of these fucking loser minimum guys that we can trade?
We're gonna get rid of them. And plus, like our loser minimum guys are now Flynn and Achua, which means that we can't aggregate them.
Well, they're not. Those aren't the. Don't we have minimum guys?
No, we don't. That's what I'm saying.
How do we not have fucking minimum? Like, what the hell?
They got rid of all of them.
Stop sleeping, Leon. Wake up.
Minimum guys, would they be what? Like Taj and
Archie can fucking go. Get the fuck
Archie
out of here.
Diacono?
He got traded last year. He can go again.
He can go
he's getting fucking paid because he's fucking best friends with Jalen Brunson.
But he's a great practice player.
Yeah. He's best friends with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo. That's why he's on the fucking team.
I'm not even gonna lie, like the headband he put on today actually has some kind of sauce on it. It was actually kind of good.
That's the most disgusting thing you've probably
I just want to make sure we're still talking about Ryan Arcidiacono, right?
Yes.
All right.
Damn, Jeff.
Just like, why the fuck are we talking about Ryan Arcidiacono for so long?
Well, I heard sauce. Like that can't be who he was talking about. Like, what the fuck?
All right, so Olenek and Alex Stone. Okay, so this is, I think. Oh shit! No, fuck. Yeah, no, we can't make this work. This can't work. The only way it works is if you trade out Mitch. That's literally the only way it'll work.
Oh my god.
Well,
all right.
Really?
This guy wants an all-white front line.
Yeah. Be real.
All-white front line? Is this World War II? What the fuck?
No, you tell me. You want Kelly Olynyk and Isaiah Hartenstein as your front line?
Isaiah Hartenstein's the black man. What are you talking about?
It's true. Yes.
One drop.
I don't think it'll work. There's no way for it to work. It's just too much salary. Like, yeah, and Josh Hart. Unfortunately, Josh Hart can't be traded at the state trade deadline, so we can't include it.
Yeah, they can't trade him this season.
Yeah. In the summer, though, I will be there no matter what.
I will be there no matter what.
I've been talking to Jeff about this. I have a very nasty hater agenda loading, and I think it's already leaking out. It's already leaking out.
You're hating on Josh Hart?
Because he's fucking pissing me off, man. This guy thinks he's Magic Johnson. He thinks he's Magic Johnson, and Tibbs thinks he's a fucking point guard now. Yeah, let's run a fucking pick and roll with Josh Hart. Get the fuck out of my face, bro. Like, kidding me? Josh Hart pick and roll. The guy's hasn't run a pick and roll since fucking high school.
God damn.
Man. And then today he just fucking got ragdolled everywhere. Everywhere DeRozan was like, "Oh great, I got Josh Hart on me. Let me just cook this idiot for like 15 points in a row." Him and Grimes. Come on, boys. Come on.
Ace Bouchard says Precious is the guy from Memento, and every day he needs to look at context clues to be reminded he's a basketball player.
That's comment of the year right there. That's
All right.
good.
All right.
Yeah.
Good shit, Ace. Good shit.
I actually think David brought this up to me and Jeff today on Twitter, and I actually think it's an interesting discussion. Hartenstein is better than Mitch. I don't know. Like, okay, look, basketball is obviously the NBA. It's 5-on-5 game. If you're just talking about in a vacuum, who is better? I mean, with centers, it's especially weird. If you prefer Mitch, I get that. But like, I think, especially now that we have OG, it's definitely a conversation to be had because the blend of skills Hartenstein gives you on both ends of the floor is, I mean, that's not
something to take for granted.
Yeah, and Mitch just can't do that stuff.
You're saying
it opens up a whole nother dimension for the offense.
You're saying he has a mixed array of skills. Get it? Because he's mixed.
That was.
I mean, Hartenstein right now is playing meaningfully better than Mitch has ever played in his life. That's like an indisputable fact. It all just comes down to how sustainable you think it is. Like what he's doing right now is a different level than not only than we've ever seen from Mitch, but nothing close to what we've ever seen from Hartenstein. So it's like, if you think that this can just sustain, then yeah, this is pretty easy in my opinion. But if you don't think it can sustain, then it becomes a little bit more difficult.
Connor Pearson Ward. Sorry, I want to continue the discussion, but I do want to read this comment. Connor Pearson Ward, Raptors fan here. Welcome to the pressure.
It's awful.
Well, you know what? I want to congratulate you on the Emmanuel Quickly experience, and I want to wish you the best of luck with the RJ. And I want to wish you the best of luck with the RJ.
They get the best of both worlds with that trade.
Please enjoy that. Yeah, look, Hartenstein's is good, man. He is. I mean, I don't think what he's doing is unsustainable. Like this is not. I don't know. With centers, it's always weird to me because like, what is he doing right now that you're like he wouldn't be able to do this? Like it's like
he's max effort contesting every shot at the rim.
But that's how he is. Like he's always like this.
He's not always like this. No fucking way, dude.
No, okay, but he hasn't played with OG, so he is so much more protected now. Like I think OG is a massive game changer for him. So like before OG got here, he was still doing a lot of the max contest stuff. But the problem is nobody else in the starting lineup could do anything. So we were still getting up 140 a night and whatever. And I just think OG's here now, and it's like, holy shit. Like, I have this fucking, like, the Predator playing defense on the perimeter for me. Like, I just get to be back here, and I'm going to deal with, like, the Andre Drummonds of the world. Like, this is fucking fantastic. Bring it on. And, like, he destroyed Gobert the other night. I mean, that was a dominant performance. That was incredible. Like, and Gobert, like, it's fun to make fun of him, especially. It was really fun last year to make fun of him. But, like, he's been really good this year. So that was not some bullshit performance. That was incredible again.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people, most people actually, discount the volatility of non-shooting things. Like they just think that like effort and making the right rotations, nailing rotations, being in the right place at the right time, there isn't any luck to those things because all it is like locking in and trying hard. But there's volatility to those things too. And for whatever reason, right now, Hartenstein is nailing every single thing defensively. And I'm not saying it's not sustainable. I'm just saying it's not like as cut and dry as like, okay, as long as he keeps trying this hard, it's going to be there. Because like literally the best top-down impact metric has him as the best defender in the NBA.
Well,
like so to act like
he's better than Hakeem Olajuwon?
Dude, I haven't considered it, but I think it'd be really cool if that was true. I was right, by the way. His defensive EPM went up tonight. Like he was that good. He's been amazing, man.
Updates like that.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. He's second on the Knicks now too in overall EPM.
Is it Randall that's one?
It's Brunson that's one.
Interesting.
Randall 3. And then OG 4, Mitch 5, DiVincenzo 6, Grimes 7, Precious Achua 8, Josh Hart 9.
Our boy,
You're
Quick,
worse than Precious Achua.
our boy Quick is up to 80th percentile.
Yeah, Quick's been good. He's good.
And our good buddy Josh Hart, 35th percentile.
Josh Hart is a fucking degenerate.
More Josh Hart minutes.
More
Josh Hart minutes.
No, less Josh Hart minutes, less Josh Hart parlays. Get back in the fucking film room, pal. And I want to see any more.
So Thibs could get fired.
And I don't want to see any more of these fucking wine Instagram stories. Get the fuck out of here. You're a basketball player.
Josh Hart, save the parlays for us poors, okay? You rich people, you don't need more money.
Yeah, Sam, you're really struggling over there, winning a parlay once every 2 days, buddy.
No, but
I wish it's been really bad lately.
What are rich people like parlaying? Capitalism? Like,
I think this is probably the thing that I don't know. The rebounding these last 2 games has been fucking insane. What is he at? Like he had 18 or something the other game, and now he's got 20 tonight. But yeah, but the part here that David brings up, but I think he's better away from the basket, and what he provides on offense is very helpful. Like I agree. Like I think the offensive stuff with him is like you can see the difference. You can feel the difference. He's not a floor spacer, but even within the context of not being a floor spacer as a center, there's such a difference between what Mitch does and what Hartenstein does. And like I think the Knicks in a lot of ways, their offense, like the possession ball stuff, was to cater towards Mitch. Like I think Tibbs was happy to lean into that. And while that works against plenty of teams in the NBA, Jeff, I think you and XJ talked about this. I'm pretty sure Benji talked about this. But like, it's not a coincidence that when we played Boston, when we played Milwaukee, when we played some of these better teams, when we played Minnesota the first time, like it's not necessarily a coincidence that these teams were able to neutralize Mitch very easily. And when you neutralize Mitch and you're playing him, 25, 26, 27 minutes a night, it's really tough for your offense.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and to the point you were just making, the real gravity that Mitch provides is above the rim gravity. Like when he's in the dunker spot, you have to, and obviously the offensive rebounding, like you just have to put a body on him. So he's not a big man that you can just fully ignore. But when Hartenstein's offensive rebounding like this, and he can do stuff on the short roll, he doesn't even need to be like the stretch 5 that was promised. He's still providing more in terms of being additive to his teammates from an offensive impact standpoint. So intangibly, I do think he's more valuable from an impact standpoint, offensively at least. And the defense is just like one of those to be seen things. Like if Hartenstein keeps this up, legitimate conversations have to be had about just like long-term starter, Mitch's overall value to the team. Like, and that's why I'm so skeptical. Like XJ talks about this all the time. And he talked, and one of the great examples he used was RJ at the start of the season. He was just like so sure that the RJ we saw the first 7 games wasn't real. And he was just like, people don't make these out. It's just there's not a lot of precedent for it. And if
he was shooting 50% from 3 too. So.
Right, yeah. And he's like, and when there isn't a ton of historical precedent for it, I'm not going to say it's 0% to happen. I just need to see it more before I fully believe it. And there's just not a ton of historical precedent for a guy like Isaiah Hartenstein, who's a career, 18 to 25 minute a game guy who was mostly offense first for the most part, becoming literally the most impactful defender in the NBA. There's just not much historical precedent for that. So do I want it to be true? Absolutely. Do I think anything he's done on the film has been super fluky these last 2 games? No, I think it's been a great effort and just really high intelligence combined with his body and his feel and his instincts. But I just need to see it longer before I'm like, yeah, he's better defender than Mitch. Like that's such a stretch. I just need to see it more.
You heard it here first, guys. Jeff thinks that Hartenstein sucks.
That is exactly what I was saying there. Yes.
How do you think the Knicks get whatever their solution is at the guard spot? Do you think they get that handled before? Like, we know that they've consistently not been a team that necessarily feels like they need to wait until the deadline to make a move. Do you think that they do that sooner watching this bench, or do you think like they're gonna just play it up to up to that point.
I think they have to do it now. Like, you're running Brunson and Randall like 38 minutes a night to beat the Bulls.
40
I-
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think whatever trade they have down the pipeline, I think that's probably going to get expedited. So that way they could just like get it all together and just be able to like get to the finish line of the season.
Yeah, I agree with Tyrese and Sam. The only thing I'll say is like I feel like it depends. So my theory is a lot of the noise we've heard about trying to acquire someone that they can that will be desirable by a team with a potentially what?
I don't like that whole like sequence of events that people are trying to scheme up there.
Yeah, but I feel like enough people with good credentials have talked about it that it is what Leon and co are trying to do. And so my point is I think the Knicks are going to feel out for that a little bit longer. And if they don't get that, then closer to the deadline, they'll get, more of a role player and a smaller deal like a Brogdon or a Clarkson. Jesus, Paolo Banchero, what are you doing?
Bruh, I'm watching that game too. Because Tyrese helped me cook up a parlay before we came on here.
That shit is not hitting.
Bruh, I only need one Malik Monk and one Paolo 3.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's the score in that game?
It's
116, 116, 113.
All right. Well, we need our Kings to come through more than anything.
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe Malik Monk. Wait. Tyrese, or excuse me, Sam, you have over 7 threes?
So what I did at halftime was
what is going on with Keegan's Marine shooting this year, man? This is fucking...
I did Malik Monk and Keegan for 25 each at half. I did Paolo for 30. I did Paolo for 5 threes, Malik for 7, and Jalen Suggs for 15. Everything's cash but Paolo 3s and Malik Monk 3s. And Paolo just got 29.
Yeah, so let's see if
I was so shaky about that 30, bro.
Bro, I told you he was gonna hit it, brother. Once Franz got hurt, that was it. Like
Franz got hurt.
He got hurt.
What is it like? Did he die? Like what happened to him?
I don't know.
He's not in the game,
but he's not in the game.
This could be terrible for my fantasy team.
Oh my God!
Oh, he just hit it. He just hit a 3. Oh my gosh, Malik Monk somehow, some way.
God is good.
Wait, what?
Malik Monk somehow, some way. Please hit one.
Banchero hit.
Oh, so you're saying Paolo
hit a 3?
Okay.
I need Monk to hit a 3. That's the last leg.
Dude, why is Paolo shooting that's sweet that he has the confidence to do
5
it.
of 6 from 3 tonight. What the fuck?
Yes, that's why I picked him for 5 threes because he had 3 at half.
Oh, so this is a halftime parlay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if you picked him to make 5 threes to start this game, you have a fucking problem.
Nah, I'm not that bad. I'm not Josh Hart.
Dude, how about Malik Monk dagger here? Let's get a Malik Monk buzzer beater and send Sam to Sizzler.
Yo.
What's the price? What's the price we got here, Sam?
So I put 5 on it, and it was like plus 23,000 at half.
So what is that? You're making like
1.1. Okay.
Dude, Sam's like so shocked he's losing all like no, I don't mean that like in the long run. I'm sure what you're doing is fine in the long run, but obviously each individual bet is super unlikely to win.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and you're like, dude, I haven't won one of these in like a week.
I put a $5 free bet on it, so
Let's go. All right.
One of the I also have a De'Aaron Fox Monk stack in my league. So even though Fox is stinking it up, it's an okay. Like I have here 39 and 14 between them. Not bad.
Dude, just imagine if Malik Monk just hits this dagger 3.
Damn, yeah, dude, this might be the greatest moment in like live streaming Strickland history. If Malik Monk gets a dagger 3, or if he shoots and it rims in and out. No, if it rims in and out, a brickle, you'll just be like fucking hell. But if it's like in and out, you're gonna be like, are you fucking kidding me?
So let's get De'Aaron Fox draws the double. And then
okay, all right. Monk has the ball.
Okay.
He drove. What a loser!
Fucking hell!
He scored.
What a loser!
That's good though.
God,
overtime. I'll take overtime.
Overtime, and all you need is one Monk 3. That's great.
And we're staying on for overtime. We have to like live this with Sam. until it's over.
The greatest sweat ever.
Schwinn, literally one of the first times me and Sam ever met. He had a parlay that had every leg crossed off except for Siakam needed like 2 points. And so Sam, like the whole time on our first show, was like kind of weird. And at the end of it, I was just like, dude, what's going on over there? And he was like, I got a parlay. I'm kind of sweating. And so me and him, having never met before, just watched the last minute together. And Siakam was just such a fucking liberal. Like, it was just so ridiculous. It was just so ridiculous.
Bro, they were playing keep away from Siakam with the ball, and I was just like so pissed.
It was insane, man. It was just so wild.
You just called
by the way,
fucking liberal.
Anyone offended by the joke, it's just an inside joke. We're not political here at all. Don't take sides. So
Tyrese helping the addiction.
Yeah, Tyrese
helped me pick the legs at halftime.
Tyrese is enabling.
Don't blame me for any of this. Look, I was mad.
This is actually amazing. Dude, David's comment of we need gamblers anonymous.
So
this is Gamblers Anonymous.
This is Gamblers Anonymous.
So I think somebody on our last stream or something brought up Malik Monk as like a replace quick option in the offseason or something in a mid-level. I think it might have been, but I think I'm pretty sure he's going to get more than the mid-level. And then the other thing is, like, I've been looking at his impact stuff. Like, he's not great. Like, his net rating wasn't great last year. I think it was a minus actually last year. It's like positive.
Is this are you talking about Paolo?
No, Monk.
Monk.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, Paolo, and obviously, I mean, I would love to trade for Paolo if they were like, well, his impact metrics aren't great. We should probably trade him right now. I'd be like, yeah, great. You should definitely do that, buddy. But like he's 74th percentile, but he's 28th percentile in defense. It feels like our defense is still the weaker part of the team. So I still think like you need to
OT, baby. Let's go.
Jalen Suggs just took like the ugliest potential game winner I've seen in a long time.
Thank you, Jalen Suggs.
That is a liberal ass.
Did you guys see the speaking of Jalen's? Did you guys see the Jalen Johnson dunk on Chet Holmgren?
What did he do?
Did you guys see the Jalen Johnson dunk on Chet Holmgren?
No, but I'm happy that Chet Holmgren got dunked on because I'm sick and tired of this guy fucking walking and talking around like he's some fucking big shit. Get the fuck out of here, big bird ass loser.
Wait, didn't Chet Holmgren get asked what he's proved and he said, I haven't proved anything?
Yeah,
but in game he's always running his mouth. I don't like it because he did it against the Knicks.
I mean, this dunk was so bad you could like almost call it a hate crime. It was insane.
Do you remember when Hartenstein tried to dunk on him?
Dude. Oh my god. I just keep watching this dunk.
Bro,
like I'm a huge Jalen
guys trying to dunk on tall white shot blockers.
You know what that's about.
I mean,
you know exactly what that's about, Sam. What is that about, guys? I think you know.
I think Schwinn, what you're trying to say is we got some Americans on this team. You know, like we got some good old fashioned.
I'll give a piss about nothing about the tie.
That video is one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen in my life. Here we go.
Bro, I almost didn't place this parlay too, and Tyrese talked me into it. That's all I'm saying right now.
Oh my god, I was mad. I didn't place a parlay on the Knicks game earlier because like, man, I should have gone for fucking 25 plus on Brunson and Randall, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, nah, let me not do it. Cause I thought it was gonna be a trap game, and I'm like, fuck, somebody's winning money.
But
Jeff helped me craft one earlier that sort of had some life in the fourth quarter.
It did because of the Brunson assist. Hartenstein just didn't get anything. Like he
didn't dish today, even though Tibbs like told everyone that he was going to try to use Hartenstein as a hub or whatever. But...
I can't believe I bought Tibbs's lie again. Like I'm just like
it was that
at the elbow.
He was going to use
Randall
Hartenstein is like a offensive hub, sort of like when those guys were off the court, and like I put him for 4 assists on a parlay, and
he hasn't even.
I was sorely disappointed.
I feel like he hasn't even been on the floor when that's actually the other adjustment he could make to try to help the bench out is like take Hartenstein out sooner, put pressures in with more of the starters, then bring Hartenstein back in to start the second quarter or whatever with Brunson or with Randall, and give that second unit, an additional creator, or at least a guy that can facilitate something at the high post. It's criminal, like sometimes how ridiculous he is with the starters, which is why like there are people that like want us to trade for DeJounte Murray, and they're like, well, Tibbs will stagger, and I'm like,
in what world has he shown you that he would do that?
Like what? Like yeah, he staggers like a little bit more now than he did when he first started with the Knicks. He staggers less than any other coach in the NBA. I'm almost positive.
Except Mike Malone, and Mike Malone has good reason to not stagger. Like he puts Murray with the bench a little bit, but like Mike Malone is super hockey shifts. Like look at the net rating, the lineup and stuff. It's just like their starting lineup gets all the
wrong guy taking threes.
Bro, why is Harrison Barnes shooting threes? Like, bro, y'all trying to lose?
So Harrison Barnes is really funny because I always look at his basketball reference page and it's like true shooting percentage is like it always looks clean.
66.
But then all I ever see from Kings fans is like
they hate him.
Yeah, we need to murder Harrison Barnes.
They legitimately hate him.
Yeah, I'm like, what's happening over there? Like,
did you guys see they bumped that thread on Reddit in the Brooklyn Nets Reddit? The what if draft? What if we murder every player on the team?
Can we stop passing?
Oh my god, dude, Tyrese, you're a good friend. You're sweating this harder than
Paolo just hit another three. This is wild. I'd be so heated. If I was a Kings fan, I'd be so fucking pissed. That
Paolo decided to shoot like Steph Curry tonight.
Dude, all the teams that we need
they just tied their franchise record for threes, by the way.
That's insane. I feel like that always happens against the Knicks, so it's good to see that it happens against other teams too.
Come on, stop being a coward.
Bro, what is wrong with him?
You're a big movie guy. Have you ever seen?
Okay, Harrison Barnes just banked in a three, by the way, on a runner.
All right.
Oh
literally the best I've ever seen with my own two eyes.
Shin, have you seen or heard of the movie Precious?
Yes.
Achua?
You've seen it or heard of it?
I have never watched it. I've obviously heard of it. Yes.
Okay, so I'm not sure which Precious is worse between Achua and the movie Precious. It's tough. It's a tough one to figure out, but
I think we really need to do something about the backup big minutes because I legitimately cannot watch him play back.
Okay, but so this is like a serious. Yeah, yes, exactly. This is the serious conversation that is obvious that needs to happen to everybody in the fucking world, but Tibbs, especially today. Who was the Chicago Bulls backup five today?
Fucking Tyrod Taylor. I don't know.
Terry Taylor.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor. It was Terry Taylor.
Dude.
He is not like, dude. This is a game where you absolutely should be willing to fucking play Randall at the five. Especially, I can understand in the first half why he didn't do it.
You have sucked shit all game. What are you doing?
OG got into foul trouble. So I get why you don't do it. But like the second half, there's no reason to not try Randall at the five there ever. And he just will not do it. He will not do it. And that's concerning because one of the absolute benefits you should be getting from trading for OG Anunoby when you can have a front line then of him and Randall, and then you have strong rebounding guards and wings like Hart and DiVincenzo, is to play five out. And his unwillingness to do that is very concerning. And that's why I don't want to go get another big. Like I almost don't want to do it now as a point of principle. Because it's like, go fuck yourself. Like you don't need another big. You don't fucking need another big. Stop being a fucking scumbag and just fucking play Randall at the five. Like this isn't hard. And if you don't want to do it, go fuck yourself. That's your problem. I'm not getting you another big. Like we got you. Like this is like the fucking Soprano scene where he's talking to Johnny Sack outside his house when the feds come, but he's like, you know what happened? And he's like, I gave him a lot, John. I paid a lot after he like kills fucking Blundetto, and like I'm like, I don't want to hear about the fucking backup big, Tibbs. I don't want to hear from him. I don't want to hear from anybody. I had to give up my beautiful baby boy for this fucking guy to get his strong arm, long limbed wing defender, which I'm happy about, by the way. OG looks great, but I had to give him a lot, so I don't want to hear about we need to get another big. Fuck you, not getting another big. You can figure it out. You're a lifer basketball coach, right? Go be a lifer basketball coach. Go watch the film 15 fucking times. Whatever you do, jerk yourself raw, and go develop a fucking pivot aside from play Brunson and Randall more. That's ridiculous. Also,
what the hell? You go first because
I was just gonna say. Also, if you played Randall at the 5, he might actually weirdly be able to get away with playing him less because he could maybe play Hartenstein more at the 5 too.
What the hell is a Trevelyan Queen?
I have no idea.
I've never. It's so rare for me to have never heard of a basketball player.
He's not on the slip. I don't care.
If I can't play him on FanDuel, I don't know who he is either.
This is a great comment. Side note: Precious doesn't even have the weirdest first name in his family. Yes, I think one of his brothers is named God's Gift, who played at St. John's, if I remember correctly. And there's another phenomenal name.
God's Will.
That's
There's
cool.
another one.
Is it God's Will?
There's one God's Will. There's God's Gift.
Yeah.
There's Grace. That's the probably most normal one, I think.
It's probably like a Tyrese.
Oh my god.
We're fucking sweating right now, dude. I don't care.
Monk had a brutal turnover.
Monk, just that's a great opportunity to pull up from 3 in transition.
Oh my god.
Bro, he's been like doing all this stupid driving shit. It's like, bro, what are you doing?
Oh my god. Slap him with the Booker Sugar. I swear to God.
So they oh wow.
Whoa.
He's been basically just trying to use him as a point guard this year, right?
Basically.
It's a very weird, like he's like averaging a career high assist by far.
Yeah.
He needs to fucking put up a 3. God damn it. I'm tired of
The
it.
Guy had 5 threes at half and only has 1 more since. That's
Because he wants to
ridiculous.
be a fucking point guard, man. Like you are a shooter.
It's like crackhead if you don't shoot. Like
we might need double OT at this rate. Yeah.
honestly,
The first time he doesn't want to shoot up. Like, come on, dude.
Oh, there you go. There's also peace and promise.
ooh. I need some peace and
That's
promise for
amazing.
this parlay to hit.
Yeah, this is the rare Tyrese parlay where like I actually get upset. This is why I don't bet anymore.
Dog.
I mean, Monk not even attempting a 3 is really stupid.
It's
Yeah,
wild.
that's just one of those things where you're like, why aren't you like?
It's like he had to get the call from Vegas.
Well, not even just like law of
Yeah.
averages. Law of averages is just like he would take a 3
Okay.
at some point.
All right, Malik Monk. All right, earn some money.
They are trapping
For
the
us.
shit out of him, but he just needs to pull.
Dude, Harrison Barnes needs to go back to Iowa. What is he doing?
Dog.
The Harrison Barnes. Oh, what was that? Oh
The
my
funny
god,
thing is, he had a kick out to Monk. He had a kick out to Monk that was right there.
dude!
Dog.
Harrison Barnes' career is so fortunate.
This one's chalked, guys. I'm already over it. I've already
Okay.
accepted the loss.
Harrison Barnes basically has gotten paid. He's gonna make like $200 million in his career because he was 6'9" and could shoot threes and happened to play on the Warriors at one point when they were awesome. That's why he's gonna
That's
make.
a great life.
That's
Great life.
That's what's crazy with like RJ Barrett. If he just figures out the 3 ball at the right time in his life, he's going to walk into like 200 million plus easily in his career.
Look at Andrew Wiggins.
Exactly.
He's literally gonna do the Wiggins route.
You have
It's
to
gonna
be
be
on the right
hilarious.
situation, on the right team, right year.
Wiggins is at like 250 million now career earnings, I think.
Yep. Okay, Paolo. All right,
Wow,
come on,
again,
Monk.
come
Show.
Come on, get in. Let's go. All right, now let's draw up a play for Malik. This is good.
Dude, we want the Magic to lose.
This is why
I want Sam to win.
Yeah, but we want the
Right.
Magic to lose. That's the point.
Wait, is part of the bet that the Kings have to win?
No, it
No.
was for standings.
Okay, yeah. That yes, I agree.
But I mean, all they have to do is drop a play for Fox, Magic send a double, and then Monk gets the ball and he makes a 3.
Yeah, if he wants to shoot it. But nope, he wants to drive and dish off to DeMontis Sabonis. Yeah. Keep doing that all night.
So he could just do nothing but raise his pivot.
Here we go. We got the Raptors fans crying, coming in here. Thank the Lord for quickly. Big mistake on the Knicks. Let him go. I'm sure 2 weeks ago you thought OG Anunoby was Michael Jordan and fucking LeBron. Get the fuck out of here.
They're definitely gonna do the thing that we did to Mavs fans when we got Brunson. Fair enough.
And I don't blame him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we actually got something.
Yeah, like we got the best wing defender in the
Like
league. You guys got
they
air.
like the Mavericks got nothing.
Yeah,
they got
true.
they got Mark Cuban to sell the team.
And I really want to say it like that De Niro line. He's like, "You got nothing. You got nothing."
It's crazy that and I listened to Pod Strickland today, Schwinn, and we both said the same thing. Like and separately, like we didn't talk about this or anything, but we both went on rants about how like OG's gonna work out in New York, but the Knicks could still just end up looking really stupid, like if it goes a certain way. And Stacey like tried talking you down, and you were just like, no, I no, like if Quickly just becomes an all-star, like it almost doesn't matter how good OG becomes.
Yeah, and I actually like
Monk, stop taking fucking twos, dog. Oh my god.
You don't respect.
Oh my
money
god,
at
he had
all.
a chance to take a 3 there too.
What are you doing?
He is so annoying.
But like the other thing too with the Quickly, like
somebody put it back in his bloodstream. I don't care.
I've talked about this with you before the trade even. Where like I've kind of like I changed my kind of assessment of what Quickly's ceiling and whatever that stuff is. But like I don't know if I just don't see the full shot creation, separate like ability to consistently get separation, all that type of stuff for him to be an all-star point guard or whatever. Like in the sense of what we think of as an all-star point guard. But I think he'll always be an all-star impact guy because he's just so easy to slot in next to anybody. Like when like Scotty Barnes is not necessarily the easiest guy to like put the right guards around, especially. And quick, as soon as they like, I remember like thinking of the trade, I'm like, well, Scotty Barnes got one guy now. Like he's got one guy that's going to be easy for him to play with. And yeah, like he's gonna be awesome there. He'll be fantastic. But like, I think the Knicks effectively at a certain point decided Brunson and Randall, I think they feel are enough in terms of settling on tent poles of their offense, to prioritize bringing in somebody that could make that group more tenable defensively. And I think we've seen really positive dividends from that pretty early on. So like, I'm not trying to dismiss that at all. And I do think there's a version of this where like we regret giving up quickly. It's not going to be the Monte Ellis, Steph Curry thing because Brunson's way better than Monte Ellis has ever been. And I don't think it's pretty fucking insane to assume that Quickly has a chance to be Steph Curry. But like, I think I love Quick. I've always believed in him. I think he's really, really good. And like I said, I don't think he needs to be an all-star to be as valuable as one in terms of his impact on the floor. So I think the Raptors got a great piece. I think they're going to eat some shit for it with the RJ Barrett contract. It's probably worth it for them. But like, I also think the Knicks' subsequent moves are going to be what really determine how we feel about this trade, because I still think the Knicks have a path to championship contention. It's not necessarily straightforward. It's not going to be easy, but they have a path to do it. And if they do it, I don't think we're going to be sitting here being like, that's not going to be the reason. Like that specific trade is unlikely to be the reason that we're bitching about that the Knicks didn't win a championship or whatever.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Your analysis is perfect. I'm just talking about like range of outcomes thing. Like in the full range of outcomes, there is an outcome where the Knicks just don't look good. And I think that it's not outrageous for the result to be Quickly because the style of player Quickly is he fits in so well with any player. Like just name an all-star. And it's like, would that player be able to return maximum value playing next to Quickly?
There's not a single player in the NBA that I've ever thought in my head since like watching Quick play for probably since his rookie year that I've ever thought like, I don't know if Quick could play with this guy. Not a single one. There's literally not a single one. It would have to be like some absolute garbage, like just an absolute garbage point of attack defender or something like that. That like Quick his amazing rotations can't cover for. And even one of the stupid things with Elfrid Payton too was like for some reason we never could play Quickly. Like if you remember this, Quickly never played with Elfrid Payton, but he would play all the fucking time with Rose. And it was just like, why Like, what is happening there? But yes.
That's good. That's good. Dude, he won his minutes with RJ every season. He won it. Dude, he won his minutes with 2022 Randall. That was
crazy.
I don't know how he did it. I have no I some of his on-off stuff just makes no sense. Like, it's just I don't get how he does it. And like, it's nice to see, obviously, again, small sample size, but like
he won the Jericho Sims at the 4 minutes. That is
that is like the feast de resistance. That is like fucking like that makes no sense. Jericho Sims playing power forward and quickly found a way.
That was like a fucking like legit stretch of games where Tibbs was just like that was like Tibbs just being ultimate Tibbs.
Ultimate.
Michael's in stage 1.
Yeah, you're in stage 1, buddy.
Tyrese, read this comment.
I think even RJ has potential. He could tell. That's how they get you.
Defense needs works though.
Oh, you can tell he's a real.
I actually am the closest to agreeing with Michael. I just wanted Tyrese to. I wanted Tyrese to have to read that.
Oh,
I know. I will say this. I think this is my issue with. I worry that we've all been talking about this for a while. Like, I think if it's going to happen for RJ, he had to get traded because I don't think the wake up call was ever coming in New York.
The role wouldn't allow it.
The role wouldn't allow it, and I don't think he ever I don't think he could. He was always going to. I'm the third pick. Like, he's got to justify that. And I got to live up to John Morant. I got to be Zion when he's not fat. Like, I got to be like
or porn addict.
Yeah, or addicted to porn.
Work on not being ass first before you want to be top 3 pick. Fuck out of here.
But like, no, that's my point is you might still get overtime here, by the way, Sam.
I hope so. Somehow, some way.
Oh my god! Offensive foul. Take a 3.
But like
it's over.
But he's now in Toronto. I have no idea what the local market is like, so I'm not going to pretend I do. But I just think the way I've heard him talk since he went back, and I feel like he is now back in like the one market in the NBA where he feels like I gotta like be the guy, or I've got to be a guy, and can't just accept like Wiggins. It took him going to Golden State and being on a team where he clearly could not be the 1 or the 2 or that, like, he had to accept a role. And it's a lot easier to accept that when you're playing off of like Steph fucking Curry, right? Like, like you're like, oh yeah, I'm not going to try to pretend I'm as good as Steph Curry. And I don't know that RJ views Barnes, or he definitely doesn't view Quickly that way. We know that. So that's a little bit different for me. But I hope RJ the best, man. Like I like him, and I have no like personal animosity towards him or anything. He's not Tyson Chandler. But like,
or Iman Shumpert, apparently.
Yeah, fuck Shumpert. The guy wore a fucking shoe on his head in a music video. That was part of his outfit. Do you not understand how stupid that is? Like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
He deserves to miss that free throw.
Yeah,
absolutely deserves to miss that free
throw. Tyrese is steamed over this parlay. Sam's just like another day in the life. But
I accept these losses every day, man. This is my life now.
This felt like I would have hit it. Like,
yeah, I think that's a fair point from Michael. I only say this because Toronto's the perfect spot for him to develop. He'll be okay. He asked Darko a bunch of questions in the game, so he seems very coachable. I mean, he definitely seems coachable. We would not know because Tom Thibodeau's only coaching of him was apparently to be like,
sacrifice, please.
Yeah. Or what if you drive 6 billion times per game, buddy? Just do that and make the right rim reads. What does that mean, coach? Figure it out, pal.
Wow. Yeah. Paolo, all-star, by the way. Paolo back here as an all-star. Get the fuck out of here.
What a brutal turnover by Paolo.
Funny enough, I bet Trinsler from 12-13 is Chris Colvin. Funny enough, my favorite player on that team, and the only jersey I have bought in the last, I guess, decade is J.R. Smith.
My favorite player on that team was Chris Copeland. I had a Facebook page and everything was great.
OT2! Double OT! Let's go!
No fucking way.
Are you serious?
What?
No fucking way, bro.
Oh my god, there's a chance.
I didn't realize the Magic got the ball there. I thought it was King's ball.
I thought it was out on him.
They must.
Yeah, me too.
Do you get an extra challenge in overtime? Do we know?
I don't think so.
I don't know, but
not
so
unless.
first of all, so wait. Here's
obviously off him.
Yeah. So wait. Here's the thing. They always shoot a 3 here. So isn't Monk just gonna get a catch and shoot 3? He's the fastest guy.
Oh my god.
I doubt it.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
I doubt it, bro. The way
That's
my luck's been tonight.
That's an impressive finish by Banchero, though. Wow.
How the hell did he pull that call?
I just want you to know, Sam. If you end up nailing this, you don't ever get to bitch about your luck ever again. You don't ever get to be like, the way I've been running lately, as you nail a plus 23,000 to 1 or whatever parlay. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
I want like 5% commission, by the way. That's all I asked.
Well,
bruh,
his wife gets 33%. So
I understand.
His wife gets 33%.
This is crazy.
That's his first wife.
What? Dog, we're not doing this. Bro, they're not gonna give Monk the ball here.
Dude, if De'Aaron Fox takes this fucking shot, he's like 4 for 17.
My God. There's no way.
Monk 3. Oh. It was a monster in the corner.
I knew that would be the shot. Oh my God,
he finally took it. He finally took a 3 and missed, and now he's not going to take another 3 again.
This fucking crackhead.
I'm telling you.
That's a great look at that time too. This is from Kobe on Uncle Jeter. I seriously would like to know all the Knicks tape era players Schwinn hated. It's fascinating because that was such a weird fake playoff era. I mean, Tyson Chandler for sure, just absolutely on the top. There's no question about that.
Dude, Sam, you've already bitched about it on Twitter. You don't deserve to win this. What are you doing,
Bruh, I thought the game was over. I didn't see that. I didn't see that Paolo got the. I didn't see the turnover was out.
So on you have no reason to know this, but in poker tournaments, there are these losers. There are these losers who get up when there's a card to come and like grab their backpack and they're like, "Well, good game, guys," trying to like reverse jinx the river card. That's what you're doing right now. That is
legitimately not what I did. I legitimately thought that the ball was out on Paolo, and I thought the game was done. So that's why I posted that.
So I don't hate Melo. I think Melo is very lionized by a certain generation of Knicks fans that were not alive for like when the Knicks were actually good.
But we're alive for happy videos.
Yeah. That actually have you're the high water mark of your life has been watching a second round exit. So congratulations. Yeah, no, I don't think Carmelo Anthony needs to have his fucking jersey retired. I don't think that I need to pretend, he took the challenge. Get the fuck out of here. He took the challenge. Fuck you. He took the challenge. The guy was willing to go to Brooklyn. He only didn't go to Brooklyn because the Knicks eventually were like, fine, we had to do this. Otherwise, he's going to go to Brooklyn. So congratulations, Carmelo Anthony, on, he took the challenge. Fuck off. But yeah, I liked plenty of those guys, but I just don't view. I'm fine with Felton. Felton's good with me. Felton.
I know who Schwinn hated. Schwinn was not a Landry Fields guy. No chance.
I was definitely not a Landry Fields guy. That guy was like white privilege. He just plays so hard. I just love what he brings to the team. Like, what is it? Fucking the most fluky ass 3-point shooting for half a fucking season that he lived off of for like another year. And he somehow parlayed that into fooling Brian dumbass Colangelo into giving him a fucking offer sheet because he was like, well, if we do this, then they're not going to get Steve Nash. And it's like, well, what if neither of us got Steve Nash? That's
what's going to happen.
One of Seth Partnow's friends was in the Toronto front office at the time. Like we all posted on this.
No, Novocaine was good. Novocaine. Come on, nobody hated Novocaine. That's crazy.
Yeah. If you hated Novocaine, you were a soulless ghoul.
Yep.
Yes. The J.R. Smith Steve Novak connection was like that was an incredible thing. That was
and really added Pablo Prigioni on top on the next year. It was just like
they played a really sweet game. I mean, a bunch of them, but that year they played a game against Boston on TNT where they both hit like 10
Yes.
threes in the same game or something.
That was Carmelo Anthony's only triple-double.
Interesting.
Yeah, a guy that completely maximizes talent, Carmelo Anthony. That's why I love him so much. Like honestly, I'll put it this way: whatever like fucking misgivings I have about Julius Randle, I can never deny that he has maximized like his ability. Like I think he's maximized his ability and evolved his game and pushed the envelope as much as he could. I think Melo was so fucking talented the day he walked in the NBA, and he was so fucking talented by like his third year, so good that he did not push himself to be the best version of himself. He should have been so much better. That guy was he was a monster. Like, there's no reason he shouldn't have been a really good defender. There's no reason he should have. What did he average? Like 3? Like he had like the highest like usage. It was like the lowest, whatever it is, like assist to usage ratio, assist to usage ratio that like forever. It's just he just did not maximize his talents. And yes, Bargnani. What is he doing, folks? What is he doing?
Speaking of which, where the hell is Clyde?
He's coming back Friday.
You sure?
They said he's coming. They said he's coming back Friday.
Bro,
he's alive. So you can confirm he's alive, Kyrie. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
They haven't replaced him with AI yet.
AI Clyde, we're getting him on Friday. Just out of nowhere.
Mom looked like his sister.
Imagine the AI Clyde starts glitching.
Malik! God damn it. You keep driving.
Bro, he's doing pick and rolls with Sabonis, bro. It's over. He keeps thinking that he's a point guard tonight.
It's Jover.
Just say me.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god.
Girls. Oh, Sam!
He hit it?
Yes.
He hit it?
We hit it.
Let's go. That's a joke.
Let's go,
dude. I'm gonna live on this for the next year with Sam. Every single tweet about the parlays he loses, every single time he bitches.
We won.
Oh my god,
we won.
I think this is in terms of missing talent. I saw guys like Vince Carter, T-Mac, kind of. I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people have talked about this. Like T-Mac did not apparently rehab as hard as he could have from injuries.
Dude, Sam and Tyrese are like fucking stoners geeking out right now. This is ridiculous.
Did Tyrese do the parlay?
No, he helped me make it though.
So, are you giving him like a finder's fee or something on this? Like, why is he?
He'll talk it over with the wife.
Dog.
Yeah, sick one-handed shot there, Sabonis.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vince Carter is definitely one of the classic cases of it. Like that guy was unreal. He should have been more than like a kind of. I think him staying in the league as long as he did helped age himself into like into not being viewed that way. But he definitely did not maximize his talent at his peak. Like I thought when Orlando traded for him, I was like, holy shit, they might win the chip this year, and that team just. But they didn't they lose to like the Celtics? Was that they lost to the Celtics?
So they made the finals in 2009 after beating Boston and Cleveland, and then the next year Boston beat Cleveland in the second round in the 1-4 matchup, and Orlando got a rematch against Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, and Orlando was down 3-0, won games 4 and 5, and then Boston won game 6 in Orlando. It was like an almost 3-0 comeback.
Man. My favorite almost 3-0 comeback was last year, actually. That was
yeah.
Really
Vince will always have that sweet game winner in round 1 of 2014 against San Antonio. That was
that year of first round series was probably the best first round series we had.
That was like
it wasn't even close. I can tell you off the top of my head every single one. So it was 1 seed San Antonio against 8 seed Dallas, 4-3.
Yeah.
It was 2 seed Oklahoma City against 7 seed Memphis, 4-3. It was 3 seed Golden or 3-seed Clippers against 6-seed Golden State, 4-3, and then it was Houston versus Portland in the 4-5 matchup. The Dame walk off in 6. That's literally the best. That's literally the best first round of a side of a conference ever.
That Dame walk off was, and that entire series was crazy because Portland swept the first 2 games
in Houston.
Yeah, they swept, and then I think Houston wins game 3.
Yeah, the Jeremy Lin game in Portland.
Yeah, and then
Linsanity remix.
And then Portland wins a really tight game. Oh, tie game! Let's go, Keegan Murray.
This game is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
What a night of NBA. I'm so happy we didn't have an insane game. I love not having insane games. It's so nice to not have an insane game.
Right, I'll see y'all next time.
See you, Tyrese.
Good night, Tyrese.
Old man Tyrese.
Oh,
this
man.
is like I almost feel an obligation to stay on until this game ends.
Yeah. Oh, thank God it was Goga. I forgot who mentioned it, and I know people overrate him, but for all the wannabe Jordans and high volume mid efficiency guard, it's a little weird how only Kobe out of all of them played defense. Yeah, I mean, prime Kobe's defense was actually legitimately awesome, which is kind of why it sucks that he got those like fake defensive team awards later, because now those get used against him to
illegitimize the ones he deserved.
When he's overrated defender because this. I'm like, kind of I guess kind of he's overrated because that, but he was also just a really good defender.
It's like Jordan's 88 Defensive Player of the Year award. It's like, obviously I can't say this for sure, but I find it extremely unlikely he was the most valuable player in the league. Or of course he was the most valuable player in the league, the most valuable defender in the league. But he was really fucking awesome on defense. Just watch like any game he played. He was obviously great. So who cares if it was a gift of an award. He still was a great defender. Both two things can be true, people. Let's not forget that. Man, Suggs is such a good defender.
He is. He's also really good at flopping, which is funny.
Yeah.
I knew that when we played them that they were going to be very annoying. I think I tweeted it out once, like them, the Kings, and the Pacers. They're going to be like top 3 annoying teams that we play this year.
The Kings are annoying in a different way because you just have to keep scoring. You just have to keep scoring.
Literally.
The Magic are annoying because I feel like they get away with so much physicality, and
they do.
I don't quite get why.
They've earned that reputation this year.
Yeah, they've got the reputation, exactly.
Is it the long boys thing? Because they got all the fucking guys with wingspan and all that shit.
Yeah, weirdly enough.
It's just like watch Caruso play defense. Like Caruso is legitimately one of the best defenders in the entire league. But if you put the contact threshold for him on,
loose sleeve.
Sam, can you add another Malik Monk 3-pointer to the parlay?
I think
Brandon Roy, man, he was my favorite guard in the league. If his knee was made, yeah, I mean, Brandon Roy is my favorite player. Like he's literally my favorite player.
The Brandon Roy game for 2011 against Dallas was like an all-time NBA moment.
That was a good like sign off for him. Because I was like, I remember watching that game and I was like, did he figure out how to play with like no knee? Is that what happened?
I was convinced at the time that he was gonna like figure out how to be like a 25-minute a game guy, and then boy, was that not true.
Well, didn't the Wolves do something stupid after that where they like signed him to a contract?
Yep.
And then he like retired like half a season into it.
Yeah, really sad. He was so talented.
No way. They're not gonna send this triple OT, right?
If it does, I'm going to sleep.
So they called a timeout. 4.2 seconds left.
I mean, I don't know what.
If this goes triple OT, we might have to end the stream. But I will be watching the end of this.
What's funny is I'm on a pretty big delay, but like it's still fun for me to just like watch you guys' reactions, like and see what's happening.
When does Brunson get his whistle back? When the Angels win the pennant. If you get that reference, you get 10 Strickland points.
That's Angels in the outfield, right?
Yes. The Kings really just a refined Pacers. Pacers are borderline nasty now in terms of no defense. Where's the James Harden level of scandal because of Hallie's lack of effort? I mean, they are like an insane offense. Also, they just own the Bucks apparently. And I think a lot of teams should maybe look at what the Pacers are doing against the Bucks. Like, what are they running that is so? Because it's not just Halliburton, right? Like, it's more than that. So I think teams should probably look at that too. Brandon Roy, Odin, Aldridge were 16 and 12. Really? I did not know that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
It must have been like obviously it was across like a few years.
But still, like that's insane.
Odin is obviously a huge what if as well. Like he was so good when he played.
Yeah. I mean, if those three they 100% win a championship. Like if Roy and Aldridge have forget like perfect health, just like reasonable health, they win a championship at some point.
And they had like one of the OG hoopers coming off the bench for them too, Andre Miller.
Yeah. And like they actually fit together so much more cleanly than KD, Russ, Harden. Like those guys were so overwhelming talents that if they stayed together, they would have won one. But like that Portland group was like such a complimentary group. Yes. Okay.
We found it. I want to say about Halliburton, you know, I feel like anybody sticking around here is probably just loves the NBA, which we appreciate you sticking around.
Or just wants to see some sick gamblers.
Yeah, or just wanted to see Sam's downfall. I actually feel the opposite of how Brent was commenting earlier. Not that Halliburton's defense isn't bad, it's terrible, but I actually think that the focus on Halliburton's defense has become so strong that we're ignoring how good his offense is. Like he's number one in the NBA in offensive EPM.
And I support that. I support that. I support everybody that wants to focus only on the bad things about Tyrese Halliburton. I'm with you. I respect you. You are all God's children, as far as I'm concerned.
Dog.
We have a Discord, Hawkeye, and there's a gambling channel. You can be in it.
I might have to start posting plays in there consistently.
Yeah, you should just post your plays every day. That can be a sell. That can be the sell. Look at this. We're gonna not just draw more Strickland subscribers. We're gonna create more gambling addicts.
Amazing. All right, I think we're gonna end things off here.
Let's end this here through 2 games and a very nice 69 minutes. OG Anunoby has a plus 39.2 net rating as a Knick, 89.4 defense rating. Usually I'd be like small sample size is probably this is not fluky. Like he is, yes, the number he's obviously not going to be a plus 39.2, but his impact defensively, I mean, you felt it. It was crazy watching it tonight. Like these small guys, and they're not like DeRozan's not small, but you could tell like when he was being guarded by OG, he was just like, I don't want to shoot this. Take the ball. It was awesome. He was awesome tonight. He's great. Good guy. All right.
Yep. All right. Let's end things off here. Shout out to everyone that tuned in and watched me sweat this parlay as we finished the past 2 hours.
Thanks to everybody that watched Sam win 4 figures tonight.
Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. We're on our way surpassing 1K subs. Make sure you guys check out all the links in the description. We got links to the site, merch, Patreon, where you can get access to Discord, where I will probably soon be dropping some plays where you can all become gambling addicts just like me, as well as the Twitter. Make sure you guys are following us on Twitter. And you're probably following us if you already are watching it on Twitter here, but make sure you're following us there as well. We'll be back on Friday after the Sixers game, Knicks versus the Sixers, and that is at Philly, right?
Yes.
In Philly, yes.
Yep. All right. So another road trip. Here we go again. Won't be as brutal, but yeah. We'll be back after that game. Make sure you guys tune in. We will see you all then. Peace out.